Okay, this tutorial is a very important tutorial because it discusses the document cycle or workflow that we're going to use in all classes. And really what that means is how are teachers going to get documents to students, how are students going to edit, type, write on, annotate those documents, and then how are students going to save those documents and also get those documents back to the teacher. So this sheet right here goes through really three options that we have for documents. First of all, you need to understand that a teacher may have a student edit a PDF document. A PDF document is going to use a certain workflow. Secondly, a student may have to edit an Office document, something from Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or a PowerPoint, and there's going to be a process for that. And then the third one is if students just have their own Google Doc, how do we go about editing that? So those are the three types of documents that students are going to be using and need to use. We're going to go through each of these verbally, and then there'll be a separate tutorial on how to follow the document cycle for each type of document. First of all, with a PDF document, first thing to understand is that teachers will get you that document in a variety of ways. Most likely they're going to put it in their Dropbox account, and they're going to ask you to go to the Dropbox account to grab that document. They may also have it on their RSchool webpage. They could have it in Moodle. They could give you a QR code where you take a picture of the QR code. It takes you right to the document. And they could have it in some other sources as well. But either way, you're going to get a document and you are going to open up that document in Remarks. So again, most likely you're probably going to use Dropbox, but then you're going to open that document up in Remarks. Once you're in Remarks, you're going to go about and edit that document. You're going to maybe write your answers. You're going to type a small paragraph. Do your math work, whatever it may be. When you're done editing that document, you are going to save that document in your Google Docs page. And that's one reason that we use the Remarks, because everyone has access to their Google Docs from Remarks. So after the student edits it, they're going to want to save it in their Google Docs site. And then finally, after you've saved it, you want to get that document back to the teacher just like you would turn something in on their desk. And to do that, you are just going to email that using sendtodropbox.com. Each teacher is going to have a sendtodropbox.com account. And that's the process for a PDF. Now for an Office document, it's not a whole lot different, except in this example, teachers will give you maybe an Excel or a Word or a PowerPoint document instead of that PDF. The only thing that really changes is instead of opening it in Remarks, we are now going to open up that document in Office HD. Once you're in Office HD, you can type on the document, you can edit the document, and again, the third step is the same. You're going to want to take that document and you're going to want to save it in your Google Docs. And you'll notice a common theme here. Every document that you have will be able to be saved in Google Docs. And we want that to be the case because that's your backup. That's securely stored online and it's backed up. And then finally, if you ever had to turn that in, the teacher would give you different ways to turn that in. But again, the workflow, Microsoft Office to Office HD, and then save that file in Google Docs. The third part of the workflow or document cycle is if you just have a Google Doc already. And if you have a Google Doc, you can go ahead and use the Google app to open that, edit it, and save it. You can also use Office HD to ever edit a Google Doc. And we'll show that in the other tutorials. But this is the workflow, it's the document cycle, it's very important. And we will now have some tutorials out there where you can look through each of these a little bit more specifically.